there. Welcome to Hourglass Workshops with Nancy and Cheryl. And I'm Nancy.
And I'm Cheryl. What would it take for you to walk away from your job? We hear from women at this stage of life that go, oh my God, if I could only quit my job. I'm miserable, I hate it. Now there's a lot of women at this stage of life that are doing something they're absolutely passionate about.
Right.
And they're very happy, so obviously they probably wouldn't walk away. But so it makes the question, what would it take to walk away?
Well, More Magazine this month, September, did a survey of that very thing. And they found that on average, women felt that they needed more than $1 million to walk away.
What was it? I think it was probably close to 5 million, wasn't it?
5 million would make them very comfortable. One
Yeah.
woman said it would take 28 million for her to walk away.
Wow.
She must have been walking away from a heck of a job. But I don't know.
Well-
28 would work for me, but
Yeah,
But you know what it would take for me? It would take an opportunity I couldn't resist. But I know that I look at things differently than a lot of women, where, the monetary security is not as enticing to me as the opportunity of what could be, the possibilities,
But you're realistic about your finances,
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it would have to be something that wasn't just pie in the sky. It was actually an opportunity.
So one of the things that would cause you to walk away would be the opportunities greater
Yes.
than the circumstances that you're in,
Right.
and that the job no longer holds that charge for you. And I think as we get older, we kind of look at time in a much more valuable. It's a much more valuable commodity. It becomes a very important component. Gee, will we be able to travel at 30 years from now?
Well, and a lot of my patients are midlife women, and they're coming to the end of long careers. And I always ask, because I'm always curious, what are you going to do? Are you going to retire? Almost every one of them is, yes, going to retire and then do something they love. And they haven't really defined what it is. One woman I know loves knitting, and she'd love to open a knitting shop, Another one has...
But there's a big difference between loving to knit
Yes.
and running a business of knitting.
Absolutely.
That's two very different things.
Yes,
it's
it
like my
is.
husband loves to golf, but he sure as heck doesn't want to open a golf shop.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's so true.
Yeah.
But people sometimes mistake
Right.
their love. I have another friend whose husband loves to cook, and he said he would never become a chef because he loves to cook, and then it becomes work. So you're right. And a lot of people, I think, maybe they have money to risk. But I do know that there are people that try businesses because it's something they love and think that that's enough to run a business, and it's not.
Yeah.
Running a business is a business. It's
Right.
very different.
Right. Right. Well,
So-
so what else would it take? Certainly confidence in knowing that there's that you've got a good safety net, and you've got good financial structure, and be realistic about it.
Yeah.
What do you really need? Do you need 28 million? Do you need 1 million? Or do you need something in between? And are you there, and do you have a plan to get there, for one?
And confidence in yourself.
Yes.
Are you confident in your ability? Do you have something that is marketable? Do you have something that could actually create value so that somebody would come and purchase or participate?
Yeah. Well, and it takes an element of risk, and women generally tend to be more risk adverse than men, don't you think?
Yes. Yes. From an evolutionary standpoint, that makes sense. Men were the risk takers. They were the ones back in the beginning of time that had to go out, and because of their strength and their agility, they did the hunting, and the women didn't take risk. They stayed home with the children.
Well, sometimes that's a pretty big risk.
Yeah, well, it's exhausting, but
It's exhausting, but less risk. That's true. Yeah. So I think we're evolutionary. We're genetically predisposed not to take risk,
Right.
or to take less risk, and preserve the home, preserve the family, and so we really have to get out of that comfort zone a bit.
be
to
aware
take
of
the
it.
risk.
Don't
Yeah.
be hindered by it.
Right.
you
I
know.
think that's a really good point.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. So what would it take for you to walk away? I think, give it some thought. And if you don't like your job and you feel you're pretty well done with it, then take a look at what will draw you toward the next meaningful life experience. would you say?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So until next time, I'm Cheryl,
And I'm Nancy.
and check us out on hourglassworkshops.com. Bye now.
Bye.